In my very first college education class, the professor divided us into social groups you'd see in a lot of schools around the country. There were your jocks, your nerds, your burnouts, and luck of the draw, I got put in with the bandos. We were asked to decide which of the other social groups we liked and disliked. When they came to the first social group and said, "Who do you dislike?" they answered, "the bandos." I was hurt. Who doesn't love us? I mean, come on, we're smart, we're driven, we're masters of sarcasm. What's there not to love? Well, when asked why, they said that bando group is such a tightly knit clique, no one else could ever get in. I don't think I understood the gravity of this statement for a few years, because if they thought we were bad in high school, those of us who went off to college to decide to become music majors, it was 1,000 times worse. Because we got there and it was just a sea of bandos from everywhere. And these classmates quickly became our friends, and we gained all new mentors. And we have one of the few professions where after we graduated from college, these people all became our colleagues. And after they became our colleagues, we would go off into our own jobs and we'd call each other to complain about the principal not understanding what we're doing, and we would all work together to put festivals on and all kinds of things. We'd celebrate our wins and we'd cry at our losses together, and we became a family. The reason I wanted to explain this to you tonight is because I'm hoping that you can understand the gravity of the loss that we're feeling with not one, but two of our original members not being here with us tonight for the first time on the stage since our last concert. So tonight we ask that you would indulge us for just a minute as we pay tribute to these incredible women. Jennifer Ginther graduated from Michigan State and began her career and finished her career as a band director in the Southfield schools. She inspired so many kids, many who went on to become band directors or performers all over the Detroit area. She also was the president of her Michigan State Band and Orchestra Association, and all this while she was raising 3 incredible sons. After she retired, she realized her true love was really in performing, and perform she did. She was a regular member of 8 different ensembles, all at the same time, while also serving as her church choir director. Jennifer kept her hand in the schools by accompanying for so many of us so our kids could go to festivals and audition for different things. And Jennifer also was an incredible musician. She was one of the most dedicated musicians you were ever going to meet. Jennifer would practice for hours and hours and hours to perfect her French horn and her piano playing. In fact, she took piano lessons for over 40 years. She became such a remarkable player that the Steinway Corporation invited her to become their person to do recitals at their store to showcase their instruments. And yet, if you ask each of us, what is it that you remember most about Jennifer? We would say, when you walked into rehearsal, that blonde hair was just a beautiful frame for that gorgeous smile you saw when you walked in, and she was always the first one to give that standard, hello. And before you could even say, after rehearsal tonight, she would already be, whatever it is, I'm in. Shelley Rowland was a graduate of Eastern Michigan University as a fine clarinetist and became a band director at the Crestwood School for a short time before making her home up in the Thumb and the Marlette schools. Just like Jennifer, both of them had served as presidents of their district MSBOA. She also, just like Jennifer, was raising 3 wonderful children all of this time. Not many women were band directors back then, and you might think Shelley had to elbow her way into that boys' club, but not Shelley. They knew right away she was just incredible at what she did. So if Shelley said this is what needs to happen, boys all said, that's it. After a while, Shelley decided she needed to come down here and become a part of her very own Clarkson family. Again, president of her MSBOA district, and if teaching all that time wasn't enough, she spent her summers as an instructor inspiring all kinds of musicians at Blue Lake Fine Arts camps for many years. So it came no surprise to any of us that Shelley was named Teacher of the Year for Band from the Michigan State Band and Orchestra Association, an award incredibly well deserved. After she retired, she knew she loved to conduct, and we all wanted her to conduct. She was known already as one of the premier conductors in the state. I know every one of us who ever had to put on an honors band or any kind of festival, as we were reaching for our phone, we're saying, man, I hope Shelley's available to conduct. Watching her was an absolute masterclass. I don't know who learned more, the kids who got to work with her that day or the directors who had the privilege of watching. Again, though, if you asked us, what do you remember about Shelley? We'd say that deep ha-ha-ha laugh she had, so mischievous. And not only that, it was like, any of you are old enough to remember the old E.F. Hutton commercials? Anytime Shelley spoke, everybody stopped, because you knew what she said was going to be witty, it was going to be straight to the point, and it was going to be incredibly thoughtful. So tonight, we would like to perform a piece entitled Where Words Cannot Go. Shelley and Jenny, we love you, we miss you, we thank you for being our friends, our mentors, our colleagues, and our family. And tonight, we perform this beautiful music in remembrance of you both.